The peso is the currency of Colombia. Its ISO 4217 code is COP and it is also informally abbreviated as COL. However, the official peso symbol is $. As of August 21, 2016, the exchange rate of the Colombian peso is 2,857 Colombian pesos to 1 US dollar. History. The peso has been the currency of Colombia since 1810. It replaced the real at a rate of 1 peso equals 8 reals and was initially subdivided into 8 reals. In 1847, Colombia decimalized and the peso was subdivided into 10 reals, each of 10 decimesima reals. The real was renamed the decimo in 1853, although the last reals were struck in 1880. The current system of 100 centavos to the peso was first used in 1819 on early banknotes but did not reappear until the early 1860s on banknotes and was not used on the coinage until 1872. In 1871, Colombia went on the gold standard, pegging the peso to the French franc at a rate of 1 peso equals 5 francs. This peg only lasted until 1886. From 1888, printing press inflation caused Colombia's paper money to depreciate and the exchange rate between coins and paper money was fixed at 100 peso. Moneda corriente equals 1 coinage peso. Between 1907 and 1914, coins were issued denominated in peso per meter, equal to paper pesos. In 1910, the junta de conversion began issuing paper money and, in 1915, a new paper currency was introduced, the peso oro. This was equal to the coinage peso and replaced the old peso notes at a rate of 100. Old paper pesos equals 1 peso oro. In 1931, when the UK left the gold standard, Colombia shifted its peg to the US dollar at a rate of 1.05 pesos equals $1, a slight devaluation from its previous peg. Although it never appeared on coins, Colombia's paper money continued to be issued denominated in peso oro until 1993, when the word oro was dropped. Since 2001, the Colombian Senate has debated whether to redenominate the currency by introducing a new peso worth 1,000 old pesos. In other words, to remove 3 zeros from the value. Such a plan has yet to be adopted. Coins. Between 1837 and 1839, the Republic of New Granada introduced silver 1/4, 1/2, 1, 2, and 8 real coins, along with gold 1, 2, and 16 pesos. These were mostly continuations of coins issued before 1837 in the name of the Republic of Colombia but with the escudo denomination replaced by pesos. In 1847, the currency was decimalized and coins were introduced in denominations of 1/2 and 1 decimo de real in copper and 1, 2, 8 and 10 reals in silver. 1/4 and 1/2 real coins followed in 1849 and 1850. In 1853, silver 1/2 and 1 decimo, and gold 10 peso coins were introduced, followed by 2 decimus in 1854 and 1 peso in 1855, both in silver. In 1856, gold 5 peso coins were added. Between 1859 and 1862, coins were issued by the Grenadine Confederation in silver for 1/4, 1/2 and 2 reals, 1/4, 1/2 and 1 decimo, and 1 peso, and in gold for 1, 2, 5, 10 and 20 pesos. The United States of New Granada issued silver 1 decimo and amp 1 peso in 1861. Beginning in 1862, coins were issued by the United States of Colombia. Silver coins were struck in denominations of 1/4, 1/2, 1, 2, and 5 decimus, and 1 peso, together with gold 1, 2, 5, 10, and 20 pesos. With the introduction of the centavo in 1872, silver 2.5, 5, 10, 20, and 50 centavos were issued, followed by copro-nickel 1.25 centavos in 1874 and copro-nickel 2.5 centavos in 1881. In 1886, the country's name reverted to the Republic of Colombia. The first issues were copro-nickel 5 centavos, except for silver 50 centavos issued between 1887 and 1889. No other denominations were issued until 1897, when silver 10 and 20 centavos were introduced. In 1907, following the stabilization of the paper money, copro-nickel 1, 2, and 5 pesos per meter were introduced and issued until 1916. In 1913, after the pegging of the peso to sterling, gold 2.5 and 5 peso coins were introduced, which were of the same weight and composition as the half-sovereign and sovereign. Gold 10 pesos were also issued in 1919 and 1924, with the 2.5 and 5 pesos issued until 1929 and 1930, respectively. In 1918, the 1, 2, and 5 pesos per meter coins were replaced by 1, 2, and 5 centavo coins of the same size and composition. In 1942, bronze 1 and 5 centavo coins were introduced, followed by bronze 2 centavos in 1948. Between 1952 and 1958, copro-nickel replaced silver in the 10, 20, and 50 centavos. In 1967, copper-clad steel 1 and 5 centavos were introduced, together with nickel-clad steel 10, 20, and 50 centavos and copro-nickel 1 peso coins, the 2 centavos having ceased production in 1960. In 1977, bronze 2 pesos were introduced. In 1984, production of all coins below 1 peso ended. Higher denominations were introduced in the following years of high inflation. 5 peso coins were introduced in 1980, followed by 10 pesos in 1981, 20 pesos in 1982, 50 pesos in 1986, 100 pesos in 1992, 200 pesos in 1994, 500 pesos in 1993, and 1,000 pesos in 1996. However, due to massive counterfeiting problems, the 1,000 pesos was withdrawn by stages. By 2002, the coin was out of circulation. In 2012, the Bank of the Republic of Colombia issued a new series of coins, with the 500 and 1,000 peso coins now struck as bimetallic coins. All the coins have in the lower part of the reverse the year of production.